finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny and breezy to start. Showers and storms arriving this afternoon. We'll see a high near 76. Tonight, rain likely to be windy with a low near 37. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning, otherwise mainly cloudy and windy with the high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sandhills Global, Doane University, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Wingstop, Acres, High Electric, Eustis Body Shop, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, Roofing Service Company, Union Bank and Trust, Lincoln Family Chiropractic, and DOT Highway Safety Office, Jimmy John's, Members Own Credit Union, Nebraska Army National Guard, Hamilton Telecommunications, and the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
Welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman. After we saw Papillion La Vista South survive in a thrilling matchup over Millard North, they have punched their ticket to tomorrow's state championship at 1 p.m., and we now find out who they will play tomorrow afternoon. Will it be the Omaha Westside Warriors, or will it be a team from the capital city? The first time that Lincoln has had a team make the semifinals since 2019, and they are represented by Lincoln Southeast. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you, Austin Norman back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Appreciate you guys joining us wherever you may be on this Friday afternoon. Hopefully, we are in here. I know there's a threat of severe weather. Hopefully everybody's safe, sound, not sure what it's doing outside. But in here, Westside Southeast, Jay Foreman.
Yeah, you got, obviously, I think the deep roster of Westside that goes about 10, 11 deep. And I would say Southeast is deep as well. And I think it's been purposeful of Joey Warning to play a lot of young guys early, maybe, kind of really messed up, I would say, their win-loss record. But it's all in preparation to get to the state championship. And so, Southeast has done a really good job of really winning situational basketball, both in the district final against Lincoln Northeast and then also in the quarterfinal against Lincoln North Star. You got to think you survive a 15-0 run in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and you end with a 9-0 run all at the free throw line. And doesn't matter how you get here as long as you're here. And so if they can stay within striking distance, I think when the water is muddy, I think that's when Southeast has shown that they can perform the best.
Okay, so then what happens if you're Westside? What's the blueprint for Omaha Westside to kind of come in, establish themselves, and say, we don't care if we're playing in Lincoln or Omaha, we're going to play for the title?
Yeah, I mean, they got to come out with the same energy and intensity as they did against Lincoln Southwest, but then more importantly, they got to take advantage of their skill and height advantage. And then more importantly, I think they also, like they did against Lincoln Southwest, mix up their coverages, mix up their defense. I think if you let Mikey Agoye and Chewy just do their thing, you're going to end up in trouble. So, with that being said, I mean, for Westside, they're playing against themselves. And what Southeast have to do, they need some of their complementary players to play big and hit some big shots. And then they got to lock in on defense, and it's got to be a team rebounding game. The one thing that really works well for Southeast is that Rowan Lambert and Mikey Agoye really, really rebound really well from the guard position. So the lack of height differential when you come and see Westside out here is nullified.
Once again, it's Omaha Westside and Lincoln Southeast. Let's get you rolling with the starting lineups first for the Omaha Westside Warriors. They come in 23-4 on the year off of a dominating, convincing, comfortable 87-49 win over Lincoln Southwest on Wednesday afternoon. Omaha Westside led by head coach Jim Simons trying to get back to the state title game for the first year since 2014. They're led. Number 2, a 6-foot freshman, as good as they come in the underclassmen, Lee Robinson. Number 3, a 6'6" junior, Emery Geddick. Number 4, Trell Snoddy. Number 25, Carson Healy. And number 33, Tyson Odvedy.
Yeah, they got size, speed, skill, depth, experience, whatever you want. You know, when you look at their roster, you got 3 seniors, and really it's Healy and Odvedy are your 2 main scorers at about 8 points each. And then you got Snoddy, who's more like their defensive stopper. And then everything else, starts and stops with Lee Robinson and Amir Geddick. And then they have a plethora of guys that come off the bench at the tune of Monte Brown, Donnie Barfield, Tyler Hughes, Brendan Reeves is really good. And then if they bring out Darian Jenkins and William Preston, they can go. They can play all 12 guys, and nothing will change for Coach Simons.
For Lincoln Southeast, 17-8 on the year, trying to get back to the state title game for the first time since 2003. It's their 24th appearance in school history in the state tournament, led by head coach Joey Warning. Same starting 5 as on Wednesday night against Lincoln North Star. Rowan Lambert, Mikey Ngoyi, Mari Shoemaker, Prospedi Mukendi, and Chewy Thote.
I was told to tell you his name was Prospetti.
Prospetti. What am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying. You ain't saying it right. His
Prospetti.
dad said Prospetti. Now you're saying it right.
I feel like I've said it all the time.
No, you haven't. But you cool.
Maybe I said Prospedi.
Yes, you did.
Okay, Prospetti.
Yeah, get a little soul in you. Well, should be all right.
Okay, well, there it is. Why do you think I'm spending time with you? As Prospetti does not win the tip-off. It's Omaha Westside basketball.
Prospetti has not won a tip-off all year. I just want to let you know that.
On the top of the key, it's Charles Snoddy on the right side. Now back to Snoddy on the top. Snoddy with the basketball, passes left side. Lee Robinson with it, down into Odvedy. Odvedy in the lane over Chewy. It's an easy 2.
Right there, they're trying to nullify Lee Robinson. You leave Odvedy open. Easy 2 points for the senior that didn't get off last night. I'm telling you, he can stretch the floor.
Here's Shoemaker in the lane. He misses the wide open layup. You feel like Lincoln Southeast is going to need to hit those.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you have to play the perfect game, but you got to play a really good, clean game. And so, you have Mari Schumacher on the back screen. The one thing I would say that's different between Westside and what Joey Warning did a really good job of against Lincoln North Star, he coached the whole game. Yeah. I think the game plan after having a week and a half off, I say ever since districts, right? A week and a couple days, 10 days or whatever you want to call it, he was able to run different sets, different coverages. Now you only have a little bit over 24 hours, and you're facing a well-oiled machine that's coming out here focused and trying to get to the state championship.
It is 3-0, make it 4-0 after Carson Healy hits both free throws there for Omaha Westside. They lead at 4-0 early on in this one. The winner gets Papillion La Vista South tomorrow at 1 p.m. here on the right side. Shoemaker with it to Ngoye. Ngoye with it working on Snoddy. Ngoye in the lane gets it poked away, but now here with it is Rowan Lambert. Lambert with the basketball, gets it to Shoemaker at the top of the key. Shoemaker working on Lee Robinson. He's going to be bumped and fouled by Lee Robinson.
Amari Shoemaker got bailed out right there. Amari kind of tripped up on other people's feet, or other, kind of the feet. Your foot got tangled up, and unfortunately, Lee Robinson was the closest culprit there. I think what also needs to happen here for Southeast is that they got to hit their first shot. Number 1, number 2. Your complementary players, whether it's Prospetti McKinney or Rowan Lambert, have got to get off early.
Here in the lane, shot blocked out of bounds by Carson Healy. It's going to stay with Lincoln Southeast underneath their own bucket.
And Carson Healy is the equivalent of Herrera, who we saw, Papillion La Vista South. He's a guy that brings the intensity, the party starter, and he will bring a little bit of an edge there to this Westside Warriors team.
All right, so Prospetti has it on the right side. Prospetti Mukendi on the right wing. He gives it to Chewy. Chewy with the basketball. On the top of the key, working on Odvedy in the lane. Shot blocked by Odvedy out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights.
Yeah, so the difference between right now is playing against North Star, guys that you grew up with, and playing against their weaknesses in the competitiveness and the really togetherness of Lincoln Southeast. Easily beat the last 2 opponents. You're not going to get that tonight.
Here
you got
in the
to
lane,
hit shots against
Ngoye can't hit the turnaround jumper, and it's going to be Westside basketball. They lead 4-0. Charles Snoddy out and running. On the left side, here with the basketball, it is Geddick. 3-ball on the way, Odvedy. He won't hit. And a nice rebound there by Mikey Ngoye as he brings it up the floor to Shoemaker. Shoemaker with the basketball. He'll underhand it to Ngoye on the left wing. Guarded by Geddick. Ngoye to Lambert. 3-ball right side. too strong on the attempt. Rebounded by Geddick of Westside. Here comes Snoddy. Snoddy on the left side, working center lane, passes it through. Pass is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Knights.
You know, one thing I've seen, I think maybe they have a game ball, Nick. It's a little bit different than the ball you warm up with. You see a lot of guys, you know, especially we've seen it this morning with Koulis from Concordia, kind of catch it in midair after he lost it.
Yeah.
It might look like a hand check or a foul right there, but it's really not.
On the left side, great job on the fine down low. Geddick, good job gathering himself as the pass was a little bit too out far in front of him, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, good job there by Edick is keeping after. Some guys just quit on the play.
Yeah.
He finished the whole way.
Mikey Ngoye with the basketball. Lincoln Southeast down 6-0. Ngoye with it. Top of the key. Looking around. He passes right side. Here's Lambert. Passes it through. It's going to be saved from going out of bounds by Lee Robinson. He immediately gets it back, and he'll run the floor across the timeline to Healy. 5:18 to go first quarter. Healy to Geddick. Geddick working on Chewy Tote. Now with it is Snoddy. Snoddy on the right side and passing it to the near corner. Oddvidi to Lee Robinson. Robinson with 14 on the possession gives to Healy. Healy on the dribble drive down the center of the lane. The layup is good. Joey Warning wants to call a timeout.
Yeah, right there. You go for the steal, which is not necessary. You give up the lane. The things that you get away with in Lincoln, the circumstances around it is not going to happen out here. You got to play firm, steady defense, number one. Number two, you got to compete. And you can't game plan against these guys. They're going to be steady. You can't knock them off their spot like you're getting away with. You saw, there was a couple times, I think even against the North Star game, where Chewy kind of knocked William Schaefer and got away with it. You ain't knocking these dudes off of here. And so what you're saying, what you have to do is to play steady. Ultimately, you're losing a bit of the size advantage. If you want to slow down this offense a little bit, think about playing some zone.
Yeah.
Force them into outside shots. Maybe make Snoddy be the step up like Herrera did the first game for Papillion La Vista South against Papio. Make somebody like your A, B, C, or your B, C, D player beat you versus letting Healy, who's your party starter, and Lee Robinson haven't got going on. If you want to make somebody do something different, you have to game plan for it.
Chewy gives it to Mari Shoemaker, right side back to Chewy Tote. Chewy with it in the lane. He is going to go off the glass. Good shot by Chewy.
Yeah, so Chewy right there, he's played it against these guys in big-time basketball right there. He has a good matchup against anybody off the dribble.
Here kicking it out, Trell Snoddy with it. Snoddy in the center of the lane, spins, gives it to Healy. Healy spins himself, poked away. Great active hands by Lincoln Southeast. Now a scrum for the ball on the ground, and it's poked away by Healy. They collide. Healy collides with Oddvidi. Here comes Lee Robinson in the lane. The floater is good.
Lee Robinson with the sweet left-handed finish right there. Rowan Lambert, they could have a little bit of a scramble right there. You just got to catch it with two hands or grab it with two hands. I like that 50-50 plays. I think he got banged up a little bit right there, Rowan Lambert. Now you got Carter Chatelain coming in here, who is just like Rowan, can hit open shots, can defend. Right now, right here, this is what you expect. You expect the experience and tidal wave of Westside. Now with an inexperienced team versus the normal mix of Southeast, now you got to come back at it. Now you got to execute.
So Shoemaker gives it now left side to Chatelain. Chatelain with it for Lincoln Southeast, down 10-2 with 4:03 to go in the first quarter. Chewy with the basketball to Shoemaker. Shoemaker looking around, gets it to Ngoye. Ngoye in the lane, fouled, and Mikey Ngoye is going to go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, he was open he was open for a while. He was screaming to get the ball. Good job, but Mikey Ngoye get going. I'm going to tell you right now about Mikey Ngoye. He's wiry strong, and he's cold-blooded. He's smooth operator, has superior leadership skills. Without Mikey Ngoye and Chewy, but in particular Mikey Ngoye, Southeast is not here. Once he gets going, the great thing about him, he's no different than maybe not on the level of Bryson Ball. He will facilitate. He can finish. He will jump and dunk on you, and he will hit some big shots. He hit a big turnaround jumper against Northeast to pretty much seal the game. And then he obviously hit all the free throws against North Star to get them here today. Southeast is okay in this situation right now.
Yeah.
They will battle back, and then once that game gets tight, if Westside kind of lets their guard down, they will pull it out.
Here is Lee Robinson to Healy. Healy, that should have been a travel on Carson Healy, but instead he's going to pass it off to Lee Robinson, who fires. No, he's going to pass up the shot, Healy will fire the three. That one's off target.
Yeah.
And after kind of a discombobulated possession, it's a defensive rebound for Lincoln Southeast.
Yeah, right here with Southeast, right here, where you think about it, they're defending, getting stops right now. They're going to play. And it's a little bit different of type of defense. They're making you be steady.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're going to out-hustle you. They won every 50-50 ball against every opponent the last two games. Mikey Ngoye coming up big right there, right?
That's right, with a nice little tip shot off the Carter Chatlin missed three.
Southeast survives on more possessions, getting it off the glass. I'd say a little bit of junk ball, but it's 50-50 balls. They got to win all of them.
Lee Robinson for three. That's one won't fall. Healy gets to the offensive rebound, but we're going to have a hold down low on Carter Chatlin.
Yeah, Carter Chatlin has got a little bit of a mismatch there, and he said it was in survival mode. There's nothing wrong with that. And Joey Werning is okay with fouls.
Yeah, we saw that.
Against Northeast and North Star, what he did was, or what it was, he over-foul, slow down the game, junk down the game so you can't go on runs, essentially you got to play situational basketball and then win it at the end.
Geddick with the basketball at the top of the key. It's 10-5 Westside, 2:47 to go in the first quarter. On the far side, into the game for the first time, it's Monte Brown. Monte passes now right side to Lee Robinson. Brown gets it back at the top of the key. Also into the game, Barfield. He has it in the near corner. On the right side, Geddick to Healy. Back to Geddick. He'll fire the three on the way. Yeah. Missed it short. And a rebound. They're going to save it from going out of bounds. A lot of physicality between Maury Shoemaker and that is Carson Healy for Omaha Westside. Chatlin finds Ngoye. Ngoye working on the block. He dumps it down to Prospetti Mukendi, who saves it into Chewy. Chewy with the basketball to Ngoye. Ngoye on the left wing. Good, smart decision by Mikey Ngoye to reset the offense, still with 18 on the possession. 2:07 to go in the first quarter. Southeast trails by 5. Ngoye in the lane, kicks it out. No look. Chatlin, three ball. Can't connect. The tip try, no. And it's rebounded finally by Monte Brown for Omaha Westside. Here up the lane, we go with Barfield. Barfield throws the extra pass, and it's thrown in bounds, saved by Carter Chatlin. Ngoye pushing the pace for Lincoln Southeast with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Chewy working around the defender Robinson. The floater, no good. Tip try won't go. Rebound fought for. Bodies on the floor. Up the floor we go to Geddick in the lane and the bucket.
Right there, the overabundance of fouls did not happen. You got to get back on defense. Carter Chatlin was a little upset at it. So 2 quick fouls here. Like I said, Joey Werning is okay with the fouls. You just don't want to foul when he gives a chance to end one. The problem, Nick, when you play that type of basketball, right? If the lead becomes too big, you can't come back. Southeast right here is in good situation. You bring Javen Mitchell off the bench right here. He's a superior athlete, and he's a good defensive stopper. And so they're giving Chewy Theot a little bit of a rest right here, right? In within low double digits, single digits, down the stretch, the advantage goes to Southeast. Anything that gets above that, the advantage is the Westside. And so it's a physical game. It's kind of a chippy game. Southeast wants to get you in a ton of fouls, right, at the right time, and 50-50 balls are at a premium.
Free throw for Geddick will not go. Offensive rebound, Healy. Healy up with it strong. It's blocked. Taken away. Shoemaker up the floor to Ngoye. A one-on-one as Ngoye steps through. The floater, it's good. What a tough shot by Mikey Ngoye.
Mikey Ngoye is bringing it right there, and that's what Southeast does it to you. What they do is they get it into Mikey Ngoye's hands or Chewy's hands, and they make the right decision, and everybody plays off of that. And what they make you do is make free throws and make layups, and everything is contested.
Healy on the left side to Geddick. 1:03 to go in the first quarter. 12-7 your score. Omaha Westside out in front by 5. Healy with the basketball working on Shoemaker. He gets his pocket picked. Body's on the floor, and it's going to roll out of bounds directly in front of us as Jay go ahead and grab that basketball. Oh, there you go.
Right.
As it'll be
right there. You got
Omaha Westside basketball.
Right. What Westside is not doing a good job of right now is straight line drives. They're playing in front of Southeast. You get what I'm saying? Or letting Southeast play in front of them. You got to cut hard and then get them in negative closeout and then pound them on the boards. If you don't, and you get in this type of game, you're going to be in the third quarter, fourth quarter in a dogfight, and the dogfight weighs into Southeast.
Lee Robinson with the basketball. 50 seconds on the game clock here in the first quarter. Three-pointer at the end of the shot clock. It rims out, no good. Another offensive rebound. Healy in the lane. He can't hit the layup. The rebound is tipped around. Shoemaker finally clears it for Lincoln Southeast.
Yeah, Southeast is winning the 50-50 balls. We saw this against North Star. Now, I think they brought the fight to North Star, and North Star just never recovered, showed a little bit of spurt. Let's see how Westside reacts to this of a closer ball game, because I think Westside feels they've outplayed Southeast.
Yeah.
They haven't made any shots where Southeast is like, you know what, we'll play like this all the time. We'll take this game right down under 40 points if you want to.
3-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Shoemaker, his shot is blocked out of bounds, and it will be Lincoln Southeast basketball with 3 seconds on the possession.
Right now, Joey Warning's looking for somebody to come off the bench. You got to get a sub in here. Right now, look, there's 3 seconds left on the shot clock here, right? And so you got to think, you bring Carter Chatlin in. You're trying to bring in some shooting and decision-making right here, right? So you got to think Chewy or Mikey Agoye is getting the ball.
They'll inbound it. They took it away from Mikey Agoye up the floor. Now that pass deflected, and there's the horn at the end of the first quarter. Your score, Omaha Westside 12, Lincoln Southeast 7. We'll step aside, start the second quarter when we come back in 60 seconds.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your score as we start the second quarter, 12-7. Westside out in front of Lincoln Southeast. As Westside up by 5, Lincoln Southeast will start with the basketball. Here, Chewy has it to Shoemaker. Shoemaker trying to beat Oddvity off the dribble, high off the glass. It does not go, but a tip try. And that's how Lincoln Southeast has scored most of their buckets.
Yeah, good job by Chewy. You're following it right there. Double team, and then all you do is follow the shot there. Easy 2 points. Probably not the 3-point shot Jim Simons wants on the first possession of the second quarter.
Yeah, Dada fired a 3 from well beyond the college line, and it was not even close. And now Ngoyi has the basketball. A quick shot that Lincoln Southeast will take every single time. Rowan Lambert with the basketball. Stops the elbow. The jumper off back iron, no good. Rebound fought for, and Geddick wins it. Here up the floor, Lee Robinson. Robinson in the lane. The layup off the glass.
Right there. Now you got to get back because Southeast is coming right back at you. Good finish there by Lee Robinson again with the left hand. He's a phenomenal young freshman. He's going to be a joy to watch for the next few years, Nick.
It is now 14-9. Your score, Lincoln Southeast trails by 5 with the basketball. On the right side, Chewy. He'll fire the 3 on the way. Rattles out. Offense or no. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Lincoln Southeast.
Good battle there between Mitchell and number 4 from Westside, Snoddy. 2 players that bring a defense intensity. Then Prospetti McCundy comes in to bring a little bit more firepower and size inside. But, the 50-50 balls, I would say Southeast has won.
Yeah.
The easy things, Westside has won. What Southwest, when they upset Westside in the district final, won every single one of 50-50 balls. So the game plan or the blueprint is there. It's up to Southeast to execute it.
6:41 to go. Ngoyi with it at the top of the key, guarded by Dada. Now to Mukendi. Mukendi in the lane, off the glass, too strong.
Yeah.
And the rebound is corralled by Westside. Here comes Lee Robinson. Robinson on the right side, top of the key, Geddick. Geddick with it, working on Chewy in the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Oddvity, puts it back up, and Prospetti Mukendi is going to be fouled.
Yeah,
or rather, pick up the foul.
Yeah, really, you had a good drive there by Geddick and good follow up there by Oddvity. So what Westside needs to do is challenge Southeast physically. and make them play basketball. Now, I go back to the North Star game, quiet as kept. Mikey Ngoye got all the credit for hitting the free throws, right?
Yeah.
But really, Prospetti McCundy won the game for him.
Yeah.
He kept them in the game he kept them actually in the game and had the lead at halftime. And he had 8 points at halftime, finished with 12, and he had 8 rebounds. That's a big game from the junior right there.
15-9, make it 16-9. Westside out in front by 7 over Lincoln Southeast. A little bit of a slower pace to this game than we had
and that's
last.
what Joey Warning wants. He wants to get this into like a rock fight or whatever you want to call it, make it into a phone booth where it was high-level basketball and superior skill there. There's Rowan.
Nice three-point shot by Rowan Lambert.
Rowan Lambert right there, catch and shoot. The juniors made some big-time shots all year long, right, and started out to actually beat North Star on the last-second three. So it's nothing new to Southeast fans.
So here, top of the key, Lee Robinson to Geddick. With Lincoln Southeast down by 4, Westside has the basketball. Left side, Snoddy for 3. He's able to answer right back.
Yeah, really when you're Coach Jim Simons, anybody on their squad can hit 3, so it's no big deal. But when you get the bonus 3s from the likes of Rowan Lambert, Carter Chatlin, and those guys, I think Joey Warning likes that. And here goes Mikey Agoye right here.
Agoye tried to answer with a 3 of his own, could not do so.
Yeah, and one thing about it when you're trying to a foul. Yep. Oh, that's a big-time foul right there by Mari, and Lee Robinson is banged up a little bit. I thought he had a bad case of cramps, but he has a little wrap on his calf there. Yeah. I think first of all, I know he's a tough kid. He'll get up. But one thing that Mikey Ngoye, in particularly with Southeast, because he shoots a lot of 3s at the top of the key, right? When you try to draw the foul, Nick, essentially, I don't know whether you want to call it a flop or whatever. Once you're on the ground, it leads to runouts and fast break opportunities for your opponent. And so, good hard foul right there. Joey Warning said that it's just another day at the office for Southeast, but Lee Robinson earned those 2 points to see if he can get 3 right here.
Yes, he can, as it's now 22-12. Westside has opened it up. Lee Robinson needs a sub.
Yeah.
As he is limping a little bit. On the top of the key, Lee Robinson trying to keep up with his defender. In the lane, Rowan Lambert. Now to Mari Shoemaker, as that will be off the legs. And it will be fought for and won by Chewy. Chewy in the lane, off the glass, won't go. And it will be rebounded defensively by Omaha Westside into Lee Robinson. Lee Robinson's going to need a sub. They got to call this one here.
Yeah.
He's got to go down, they're saying, is on the right sound. Oddity. I would say go down then. Yeah, that's, that was somewhat pointless.
Yeah.
You could have just blown it instead of forcing Lee Robinson to lay on the hardwood. But instead, it's going to be, so they're going to sub in Monte Brown.
Yeah. Look, when Lee Robinson goes out, here comes Monte Brown. You can't let your guard down. And that was a little bit of an unforced rhyme right there. Monte Brown can go. He used to go to Papillion La Vista South, decided to come to Westside. You got an all-star level player coming off your bench. That's why Jim Simons feels comfortable playing in this little bit of a rock fight right now.
4.5 minutes to go. Second quarter, it's 22-12 as Lee Robinson got taken back to the locker room. I can see him in the tunnel walking back there. 4 on the possession here for Snoddy. They get it out to Brown. Brown to Snoddy. There's the shot clock violation, and it will be Lincoln Southeast basketball down by 10.
Yeah, just where Joey Warning likes that right there. Get you late in the shot clock. And also, Nick, when you think about that, the 4 seconds or 5 seconds that went by without stopping the clock when Lee Robinson actually was hurt, came back to really hurt Westside. Those are the things that when you're in these games, you can make judgment calls and nobody would have looked at you like you did anybody any favors.
Lincoln Southeast shooting 25% from the field here in this one. Chatlin with the basketball to Chewy. Chewy, shot fake in the center of the lane. Floater on the way. It bounces off. No good.
Yeah, Southeast is spending a lot of time trying to draw fouls. Nobody wants to see that anymore.
And now we have a foul. That's going to be a blocking foul. Chatlin might have taken a Carson Healy elbow to the face.
Right, yeah, that's a tough kid there, Carter Chatlin. He's tough. He's looking at the ref and that was a message being sent right there. I think I think Westside had heard that they're kind of soft, right? And then right. I mean, let's be honest. And I think Jim Simons to let them know what people were saying. And Carter Chatlin had to be on the brunt end. I mean, essentially got ran over when he was trying to wall up. Now he wasn't essentially straight up.
Yeah.
but dipping the shoulder.
Let's say you don't have to.
Yeah, that's a foul every time. That's more egregious than the one that was called on Derek Rollins just a game ago.
Here on the right side, it's Geddick. Geddick with it on the right side of the lane. Kicks it out to Oddvity. Oddvity now to Snoddy. Snoddy with the basketball, working. Top of the key to Oddvity. Now to Geddick. Down low. Pass intercepted. Lincoln Southeast.
Yeah, Southeast is going to challenge every passing lanes. They play a really good style of defense, gap defense. So when you don't have enough heat on the pass, they'll tip it to themselves, and it'll cause you into either turnovers or mishaps in handling the ball.
3:22 to go in the second quarter. Mikey Ngoye with the basketball in the lane, trying to draw the foul, and he does. And then Ngoye will go to the line to shoot two.
Right, that was probably a makeup call for the call that you missed on Carter Chatlin down here. A good challenge there by Westside. Oddvity. Yeah, you see it right there. Well, probably on the swipe there, so that's a good call. So I stand corrected. But nevertheless, you got Mikey Ngoye where you can, and when you talk about with Joey Warning, where you know that making field goals are at a premium, right? And you know what I'm saying, where you're shooting 24% from the field. Free throw line, trying to just get back close to where you can get guys going and make some adjustments at halftime. Right now, Southeast is down by 9, and you have to think Westside hasn't even got going yet, right? No. So now, but you have to be careful here if you're Coach Simons. Lee Robinson is out. Southeast right now is just cranked up the pressure. So you need ball handlers and you need playmakers on both or at your guard position now.
Here is Snoddy. He crosses over and crosses the timeline as well. Snoddy, nobody stops ball. He was running on the backside of Rowan Lambert, who was running the opposite way. Didn't realize that the ball was right behind him.
Yeah, you crossed him up a little bit, and you needed help defense because he was thinking about dropping it off there to Barfield or to Monte Brown, but he didn't. He just went in and got 2 points himself.
Here comes Shoemaker with the basketball, looking for help, gets it to Ngoye. 2:48 to go, second quarter, 24-14 is your score. In the lane, Ngoye gets Healy in the air. The shot no good. The tip try won't go. Offensive rebound number 2. Now another chance, and it works out as Rowan Lambert drains the 3.
Rowan Lambert, I tell you, you get him a wide open 3. He's got a sweet jumper. He's probably the best free throw shooter on the team. So anything after that is definitely a plus.
24-17 is your score. Westside out in front by 7. Southeast doing enough to keep it close though.
Yeah.
Here is Snoddy. Snoddy with it near the timeline. 2:15 to play in the second quarter. On the top of the key, it's Healy. Healy now to Barfield. Barfield into the near corner on the right side to Geddick. Geddick in the lane. Good job staying straight up, but not a good job by Southeast. Boxing out, they allow a tip shot.
Well, they flowed the whole defense over there, so you need the wing, the charge as well. Good follow there by Barfield. Westside's got to invest on the defensive end. Offensively, they're doing enough, right? Where defensively, I feel like they're not staying in front of these guys, and they're not playing good enough.
And now we have a foul called on the other end. That might have been the makeup call that we talked about.
Yeah, that's the makeup call. He said, I'll get you back. There was for as physical as this game has been on both sides.
That's our referee, Kevin. That's our boy.
Yeah, it is. But
might have seen him on a couple college football games this year.
Yes, we have, and he does a really good job. He does an excellent job. But, right there, that was suspect at best.
Here's a free throw on the way, and Amari Shoemaker misses.
All right, so Prospetti McKindy is coming in for Rowan Lambert. Rowan Lambert hit a couple threes. I would have liked to seen him stay in the game because he's athletic enough and it does a lot of really good things. And so now Prospetti has got to really try to stay within himself. And sometimes when you get in this moment, you think, okay, I'm going to make the shot to get us going. You got to systematically – in Joey Warning's system, play team basketball to get back into this game. Doesn't really have star players per se, or not maybe doesn't take the reins off them. Now you see a little bit of 2-3 zone. This is something that you don't see a lot from Southeast, probably to slow down Westside or nullify the height advantage.
So here is Snoddy at the top of the key. And now in the corner, near side, top to Snoddy. Snoddy with it. 1:27 to go until halftime. It's 26-18 Westside with the 8-point lead and the basketball. Barfield kicks it out. Inside-out game. 3-ball. Good from Snoddy.
Yeah,
they switch to the zone to help maybe rebound.
Yeah.
And then it allows a 3.
Yeah, if you don't play zone enough or don't emphasize it, it doesn't really work out well. Now, listen, you're looking at Snoddy. He comes in averaging 5 points as a senior. He is capable of going off just like everybody else. He's just playing a role, and you got to commend him for that.
Here on the right side, it's Ngoye under a minute to go until halftime. Here's Ngoye in the lane. The layup off the glass. Tough make by Mikey Ngoye.
Mikey Ngoye right there. Silky smooth, keeping Southeast within striking distance. Big-time player right here, right in front of us.
43 seconds to go until the end of the second quarter. 29-20 is your score. Omaha Westside with a 9-point advantage and the basketball. Down low, it's a kickball violation called against Lincoln Southeast. So Westside will keep possession as Dada will come back in for Omaha Westside.
Yeah, Dada, hit a couple threes, and he's a matchup problem, right? Donnie Barfield's out. He done a really good job of following right there and getting the easy 2 points or following the missed shot. Now you got Dada that's going to put a lot of stress on Prosperity McKindy as far as being the stretch 4 or 5. He's 6'7", can put it on the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
But his 3-point prowess is what he's in the game for. Late in the quarter, late in the shot clock.
25 seconds to go in the second quarter. 10 on the possession as Snotty in the lane. Can't get the layup to go, and it's going to be rebounded by Lincoln Southeast.
Yeah, Southeast likes this right here. Now you got to think it's going to be Mikey Ngoye and Chewy Thiot. You got this high pick and roll right here, and Mari Schumacher is going to be a little bit of a
5 seconds to go. They're clearing the lane. Ngoye takes the bump. The layup is good.
Yeah.
There's the horn, and at the half, your score, Omaha Westside 29, Lincoln Southeast 22.
Right.
Could be so much worse for Lincoln Southeast, Jay.
Yeah, they like this right here. They withstood a little bit. I wouldn't say even Westside went on a run.
No.
Westside, I would say Westside didn't take advantage of any opportunity that they had. Obviously, I think the adjustment after Lee Robinson went out or went to the locker room. We'll see what he does or how he is in the second half. I think Southeast has forced Westside into playing their style of basketball. Westside needs to understand they need to play like they played with the intensity and speed and prowess like they did against Southwest. Now, that's not easy because Southeast will not push the ball.
Yeah.
So they are just making this game right here a slugfest or whatever you want to call it. And so until you wake up and understand that you got to make Southeast play your style and you're playing their style, you'll have a closer game than you really like. Now, it's going to come down to Jim Simons making some great adjustments versus Joey Warning. Joey Warning has shown over the last 2 games that we've seen, district final and this in the quarterfinal game, they make superior adjustments at halftime, so Jim Simons better be on his game.
It is 29-22, Omaha Westside at the half. We'll step aside, come back with some thoughts from the first half here from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Now back to the 2025 state basketball tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Your score at the half, Omaha Westside 29, Lincoln Southeast 22. Omaha Westside led in scoring in that first half by Trell Snoddy, 8 points on 3 of 4 from the field, while Lee Robinson had 7. Certainly a concern, though, as we enter the second half is that Lee Robinson health and the health of his left leg, it appeared, as he hurt that on the offensive end of the floor, came back, tried to play on the defensive end. When he put weight on it, was not able to very successfully, and then had to be taken out of the game in the middle of the action, as Lee Robinson only played 10 minutes in that first half, did not play for a good chunk of the second quarter. When you look at Lincoln Southeast, though, led offensively by Mikey Ngoyi. They're not in this game without him. 11 points on 4 of 7 from the field. He is 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds. Jay talked about that. Rebound from the guard position is extremely crucial for Lincoln Southeast, as they had 5 rebounds from Mari Shoemaker, 3 from Mikey Ngoyi, and even 2 from Javen Mitchell off the bench. Lincoln Southeast, a little undersized in today's matchup, so we'll see if that poses some more threats in the second half in favor of Omaha Westside. Omaha Westside, they went to guys like Carson Healy and Tyson Advadi early on, but then kind of went away from them and allowed their guards to do some of the work. We'll see. Lee Robinson's health. How does Monte Brown come in? How much more does Monte Brown play in the second half with Lee Robinson's injury or health issues going on? Omaha Westside outscored Lincoln Southeast 12-7 in the first period. Both teams then started to settle in, and Omaha Westside outscored Lincoln Southeast 17-15 in quarter number 2. So both teams pretty even on the turnover numbers, as Omaha Westside has committed 4 turnovers, Lincoln Southeast with just 3 turnovers on the day. And so if you're head coach Joey Warren, you got him right where you wanted. No significant foul trouble for both sides. The only one, Lincoln Southeast Carter Chatlin, has 3 personal fouls off the bench for head coach Joey Warren. Your score at the half, 29-22. Lincoln Southeast trails by 7. We'll pick things up at the start of the third quarter here in just a few minutes on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
It's the 2-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Start of the third quarter. Westside will start with the basketball. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you on the left side. Here it is with Monte Brown. One notable piece, Lee Robinson not out there in the start of the second half for Omaha Westside. Monte Brown is in the lane, and he gets the layup to go.
Yeah, Monte Brown had to play a backup role most of the year, but he's waiting for his chance, and that's where Jim Simons feels comfortable. Lee Robinson, everything freshman, might be out for the second half, missed most of the second quarter.
I don't even see him on the bench as it stands
He was
now.
out here, and then he went back. I think he tried to warm up, but he's got a wrap on his knee, so I think he got banged up on that hard foul by Mari Schumacher.
Here in the lane, it's Prospetti Mukendi. Mukendi with the
lucky, no
layup,
travel.
no good. Rebound fought for Mikey Ngoy is the only one doing any work down there, and he just could not get the rebound with 4 other West Side players down there with him. Now top of the key with it is Healy. Healy to Geddick. Back to Healy. Healy reverses course, now backing down. Now we'll retreat with a pass out to Geddick to Snoddy, who led the West Side Warriors in points scored in that first half. Trell Snoddy in the lane, or left side of the lane. Geddick stepped on the baseline.
Geddick right there is what I always talk about straight line drives. Now he's 6'6", and Rowan Lambert might be 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". You have to go through him.
Yeah.
And a good job by Rowan Lambert forcing you to an unforced error.
Here on the left side,
over your foot, going to first base, Nick.
It's Mario. That's why I didn't run. Every time I got on base, they said, "Hey, courtesy runner, please." Mikey Ngoye. Mikey Ngoye at the top of the key with Southeast down by 9. They have the basketball driving. Good no look. Top of the key 3 ball. Chewy can't get the 3-pointer to go, and the rebound bounces into the hands of the Omaha Westside Warriors. Out left side, Healy hesitates in the lane. He kicks it. Geddick, two-handed flush.
Yeah, that's what you got right there. He's a super athletic 2-guard wing. Geddick right there. Good job of diving to the middle of the lane. Caught Southeast slipping. 2-hand jam.
Here is Shoemaker with it. Now Prospetti Mukendi. Mukendi with it. Spin move in the leg. And the floater does not fall, and Snoddy gets the rebound. Here comes Omaha Westside. On the right side, Monte Brown for 3. Unable to get it to fall. And Mikey Ngoye gets the defensive rebound. Here comes Lincoln Southeast trying to push the pace. The left-handed layup in the lane will not fall, but I believe we're going to have 2 shots for Mikey Ngoye.
All right, you saw right there where Prospetti forced the shot like that, right? And it's the 3rd or 4th shot in a row, and he's trying to get on track. That's probably not what Joey Warning wants. Then you do the same thing on the offensive end, is come down and shoot Monte Brown a 1-pass 3 from the corner. So you didn't cash in on the bad shot down there, but really you got it to Mikey Ngoye. You're trying to close this gap here.
The free throw by Ngoye is good. It's now 33-23. Westside, that was their biggest lead of the day at 11.
Yeah, and you could have extended it, right? Those are the things that you have to do as a basketball player, is not be selfish and think about yourself. Sometimes we've even seen Bryson Ball do this.
Yeah.
Now, a game where he's really he plays a secondary role might be 16 points, whereas here you're used to scoring maybe 12 in the quarterfinal game. You might only have to score 2 or none. As long as your team wins, it all that matters.
Here, pass on the right side. Now top of the key, it's Healy, and it's going to be deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Lincoln Southeast.
A good job by Chewy in a scramble defense there, because Joey Warning wants to speed him up right here. It feels like Westside has found a rhythm on offense, gotten his hand on the ball. It doesn't count as a steal, but it's a good little tip pass.
Westside inbounds it. Westside inbounds it to Geddick. Geddick on the right side with Westside leading by 9, 33-24. Carson Healy for 3, and he misses that one.
Yeah,
and Ngoye with another rebound.
He wanted to foul there. Hard close out there by Mari Shoemaker, and didn't get the call there.
Mikey Ngoye in the lane. His shot is blocked. Here comes Geddick pushing the pace on Chewy, and he'll have a foul on that side as Chewy picks up his – what is the first foul on him, and so 2 free throws coming for
really good job
Geddick.
by Geddick. He's fast enough to outrun Mari Shoemaker, right? Able to get it up and through Chewy, even being 6'6". He does a really good job of kind of being crafty right there to really get to the free throw line and try to cash in.
33-24, make it 34-24 after the first free throw by Geddick is good.
Right here. Now you got Javen Mitchell in the game, right? For Southeast, right? He came in for Prospetti McKinney, and this is where you have to really understand how to win.
Yeah.
And this is where you have a young team in Southeast versus a more well-oiled machine in Westside. The game's still close and winnable.
Yeah.
You got some young players that don't understand it's not about you. It's about Southeast, and those are how you are able to overcome big steps up like a Westside. Beating North Star is essentially you got to hang around, and they'll shoot themselves in the foot. Westside is most likely not going to do that.
35-24 is your score. A little zone defense here for Omaha Westside. Southeast trying to figure out a way to break it as they throw it out of bounds to the Warriors.
What happened is, you know what? I like that. You draw the defense, good job, dump down pass. You just got to be a little bit of, ready to go. But Javen Mitchell really needs to be ready to go. That's a good dump off there by Mark.
Here is Snoddy. Terrell Snoddy with the basketball near the timeline. Here he has it. Hesitates near the logo. Terrell Snoddy with the basketball gives it to Dada with it on the right side. Guarded by Rowan Lambert. 11 on the possession. 4:09 to go in the third quarter. Geddick lost the basketball, gets it back now to Dada. Dada with it on the right side. 3 seconds on the possession. Turnaround jumper, and it's no good. Rebounded by Mikey Ngoye. That is Ngoye's 6th rebound of the day. He is Shoemaker pushing the floor. The floater will not fall. Lincoln Southeast struggling to find it. Rowan Lambert steals it back, and now they get a layup to go. And we have a Joey Warning full timeout.
Yeah.
As with 3:47 to go in the third quarter, it's a 9-point deficit.
Yeah, Jim Simons is struggling. I mean, this what? you when you play this game of basketball, it's a contact game.
Yep.
Playing one way against Southeast or Southwest is one thing. Another thing is playing it against Southeast that's going to reside, some resistance. They are not straight line driving this basketball to enough velocity or strength. And Southeast is punking them right now.
Yeah.
And that's how they're keeping this game within 9 points.
3:47 to go third quarter. Let's step aside for 30 seconds and come right back.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in as Westside misses a layup. Mikey Ngoye pushing the pace for Lincoln Southeast. The pass deflected out of bounds. It will be Lincoln Southeast basketball. Terrell Snoddy was the one for Westside who missed that layup. It's 35-26 with 3:33 to go in the third quarter.
This is the type of game Southeast wants to play. This is how they played against North Star. They'll just grimy this thing up right here where you're looking at a very skillful and very well-coached team game that we had before in Miller North and Papillion, La Vista South. Southeast wants to make it. They're fine with this game ending right now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they would like to win, but the points are not at a premium for them.
Yeah. Here's Lambert with 3 on the shot clock, fires it up and drains it from mid-range.
I'm telling you right now, big shots by Rowan Lambert. You're able to play free when you play late in the shot clock. Joey Warning wants these guys to make big-time shots, and when you look at it, Rowan Lambert has 10 points. Mikey Ngoye has 13. They have 20.
Geddick, he pushes, gets it poked out of bounds, stays with Westside.
They have 23 of the 28 points, and this is how you ask how you go on a 2-minute scoring drought if you're Westside. You can't hit a shot, and then you're not really fighting force with force. So whatever Jen Simon said at halftime, it ain't worked.
Yeah. 35-28 your score, 2:51 to go third quarter. Inbound to Geddick. Geddick now to Monte Brown on the left side. Directly in front of us here is Monte Brown, crosses over as Brown with the basketball. Nobody stops him. Nobody picks him up. He fires a 3. He misses it off to the side, and it will be a Lincoln Southeast basketball. Jim Simons wants to call a timeout. Let's take a 30-second break, come back. 2:39 to go in the third quarter here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Appreciate those guys the entire day, the entire week, these last 2 weeks of pushing all the buttons for us back in our 1040 O Street location. 35-28 your score. Westside out in front by 7. If Westside's not careful, Jay, they're going to let Southeast win this game and come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of it's predicated on 50-50 balls and what the refs are calling, but you're seeing this right now where it's just Mikey Ngoye and Chewy doing their thing, and they're taking advantage of Lee Robinson being out. And what you have to do is start to play force with force. Step up to the challenge. You're definitely skilled.
Yeah. As we have a foul on Lincoln Southeast. Barfield tried to go through a couple of defenders, and he gets reached in on, and it's going to be a foul on Lincoln Southeast.
Yeah, you know what? Joey Warning does a good job of scouting, and you got 3 senior leaders out here, or 4 with Javen Mitchell, 4 senior leaders, and then you got Rowan Lambert, who stepped up really, really big. So he feels comfortable with his unit, what he's got going on. He got speed, quickness, and toughness, and with Westside not challenging you right here and playing, the type of basketball that you want them to play, you're playing right into their hands. And so you got to start – everything is outside the three-point line.
Yeah. Here in the lane, Barfield misses the layup. Chewy gets the defensive rebound for Lincoln Southeast. 1:51 to go, third quarter. Here's Rowan Lambert in the lane. He passes it through to Shoemaker. Shoemaker with it on the left elbow. 3-ball Chewy. He can't hit it. Long rebound collected by Westside. Westside, here's Donnie Barfield. He's going to be fouled on the reach by Mikey Ngoye.
Yeah, right now it's like Westside is kind of out here just running around, just okay with being okay right now. I mean, at some point in time, you got to start challenging your team. And Avidi has been on the bench for a long time. I don't know how many fouls he has, but he's a player that's shown that he's willing to compete. He's had a couple, putbacks and rebounds, and he's done a good job of defending the rim. Yeah. Sometimes you can get too busy watching the game and forget that you got a guy on the bench.
Here's Healy, top of the key, left side now. 1:25 to go, third quarter. Here in the lane, Snotty. He misses the layup, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots. 1:23 to go, third quarter. It's 35-30. Omaha Westside out in front by 5.
Yeah, was that a shooting foul? Okay.
Yes. So Snotty goes to the free throw line. The 5 players out there right now for Lincoln Southeast: Mikey Ngoye, Mari Shoemaker, Prospetti Mukendi, Rowan Lambert, and Chewy Thote. As Snotty's first free throw is good.
Right now, if I'm Westside here, okay, I'm going right at Chewy Thote. That's what I'm doing. Now,
Carter Chatlin comes in.
Yeah, Carter Chatlin comes in. And now they're going really essentially 4 guards.
Yeah.
In one power forward in Prospetti. So right now they're going to up the pace. So Jim Simon's got to get his guys ready to break the press. If you just sit there and think that they're not doing this for a reason, they're going to try to make a push here towards the end of the quarter.
The second free throw no good by Omaha Westside. It's a 36-30 ball game, 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Southwest hanging around here as they try to knock off the number 2 seed Westside Warriors. Here at the top of the key, Ngoye with the basketball. Ngoye crossing over. Top now to Chatlin. Chatlin to Shoemaker. Shoemaker dribbling towards the top of the key. Drives down the center of the lane. Tries to finish. He's going to be fouled, and Shoemaker will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws as well, with Southeast down by 6.
Yeah, right now when you look at Southeast, they're 2 of 9 on threes. Both of them, I think, have been Rowan Lambert. He is in the game, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else. So the rest of the team is 0 for 7. They've been smoking you off the dribble. And here's Gedek a long rest. Avidi a long rest. It probably would be, particularly, Nick, a good time to probably run zone and maybe give Southeast a little bit more of their own medicine. Some teams that like to play slow, you make them pay fast. How you do that? A little bit full court pressure into zone, crank up the intensity, make them play a little bit faster. Right now, everybody's falling asleep in here, right? The only people cheering right now is Southeast. You're playing right into their hands, and you got to really understand what they're trying to do so you can counteract that.
36-32 is your score, as it'll be 59.3 shown on the game clock.
Yeah.
West side to inbound. They'll have to go the full length of the floor. Full court pressure for Lincoln Southeast as they get it into Snotty. He passes. It's intercepted by Chatlin. Chatlin in the lane. He draws the foul from Barfield from behind, and you called it, Jay. They bring in this lineup for a specific reason. Westside immediately has trouble breaking the pressure, and they create a turnover.
Yeah, you got Healy and Abedi on the bench. I think you got your two of your best players and your senior leaders on the bench. You got a bunch of guys. I'm just dumbfounded right now.
So here,
what's going on here? You had an 11-point lead. I think at one point in time a 12-point lead.
11th their largest.
Okay, 11th their largest. Excuse me. So after this free throw, assuming Carter Chatelain make it, it's now a 2-point lead.
Yeah, 36-33 is your score. 52.4 to go in the third quarter. The free throw is good. It's 36-34. Lincoln Southeast has just inched their way back continuously, as now it's an steal on the inbound play. Ngoye puts it up, and then Mikey Ngoye is fouled. Jim Simons. Without Lee Robinson, Westside looks lost.
Yeah, he is lost. You need to wake up.
36-34 your score, 50.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mikey Ngoye steps up to the free throw line. The free throw on the way, it's good. It's a 1-point ball game with 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. We still have a whole quarter of basketball to go.
Yeah, and you got to understand. You got to understand right now you're probably going to have about 4 possessions.
Well,
they're going to bleed this clock down until there's nothing left. You have got to up the pace and start scoring some points.
We are tied. Westside has not scored a field goal in the last 5 minutes and 14 seconds. They are also 0 for their last 6, and now we have a foul called as Lincoln Southeast almost poked it away. That will put Westside in the bonus with 44.9 to go in the third.
Yeah, right now you got to use Southeast aggressiveness in the way they want to play through, against them. You have got to play through these dudes. You got to play through contact, and you got to make free throws. If you want to sit around here and run the loop against these dudes and not straight line drive, you're going to have to figure it out. And now I see like Lee Robinson in the tunnel thinking about playing. That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Okay. And
because then there's the question of if you were good enough to go, why weren't you out there?
Well, you thinking
for Jim Simons, I'm saying.
Well, no, for Jim Simons thinking you had a lead, got comfortable, and now you in a dogfight.
Yeah.
You show up for a show, you get a war.
Yeah.
You show up for a war, you are putting on a showcase.
Here we go as Mikey Ngoye after 2 missed free throws. Lincoln Southeast with the basketball. Mari Shoemaker with the basketball. It's a 31 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the possession, about a 9-second differential between those two. Lincoln Southeast is on a 12-1 run over the last 3 minutes of game time. Here's Shoemaker going to work with 10 on the possession. Shoemaker hesitates in the lane. The tough floater, and Southeast has the lead. Here comes Donnie Barfield with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Barfield in the lane. The floater. We're tied again. And there's the horn. Your score after the third quarter. Westside 38. Lincoln Southeast 38. Lincoln Southeast has come all the way back after being down by 11 to tie it up as we enter the final period. We'll step aside from Pinnacle Bank Arena and come back to start the fourth quarter in 60 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, welcome back in. Nick Sainer, Jake Foreman with you. Start of the fourth quarter here as the winner of this one gets Papillion La Vista South in tomorrow's state championship game. Lincoln Southeast in the lane. Shoemaker can't get it to go. Prospetti Mukendi has the offensive rebound stripped out of his hands, and now Carter Chatlin steals it for Lincoln Southeast. Lincoln Southeast doing their job, exactly what they need to do in order to win this game down the stretch, as Shoemaker has it right side to Ngoye.
Somehow Lee Robinson Jr. is back in the game. He is not nearly close to 100%. Appreciate the young man.
And now Lee Robinson takes it away. Lee Robinson hurt and grimacing as he goes down the floor, and now he misses the layup. Lee Robinson is not healthy as he's out there, and we're going to have a foul called on the second effort by Healy.
Yeah, there was a lot of watching going on. I mean, it's almost like the Westside Warriors are eating about 10 pounds of turkey.
I'm just shocked that Jim Simons right now is comfortable putting Lee Robinson in the game.
It's called, Nick, that's called desperation.
I am shocked right now. He wasn't nearly he's not even able to stay up as we have a foul on Lincoln Southeast. Jim, if you're Coach Simons, how can you be comfortable playing your point guard right now?
Well, you got to check with him, check with his parents, and obviously, Lee Robinson he's a young player, so he's trying to really show the heart of a champion. But at this point, your seniors got to step up. Now, obviously, they got to be in the game and have the ability to step up. And so right now, you got to really get down and dirty here. And it's fine. I mean, it's a lot of time to play. But ultimately, expectations and standards are two different things.
Here's Lee Robinson for three. He misses that one. It's offensive rebound, Odvedy. The putback is good.
Yeah. And that's where Odvedy hadn't been in the game. Now Prospetti is downhill. He traveled, just missed the travel, but that's all right. Now you got to get it out, and Southeast got to get back to trying to bleed this clock here.
Yeah. So Omaha Westside leads 40-38.
Where is Rowan Lambert? Where is your second leading scorer?
Here at the top of the key, Mikey Ngoye with the basketball. Ngoye right side to Shoemaker. Shoemaker with it at the top of the key. 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Shoemaker. He hesitates in the lane, gets pushed from behind by Barfield, and Westside is once again just making all the mistakes in the world to allow Southeast to have life.
That's a mental error. That's just mental error and laziness right there. That is not something that you can do late in the shot clock. He is out of control, potential travel. You bailed him out, getting him at the free throw line, or got him a chance at 2 free throws.
6:26 to go in the fourth quarter. The senior for Lincoln Southeast, Mari Shoemaker at the line. He drains it. One more free throw coming up to try and tie the game.
Now, once again, right now, I mean, obviously we're not telling Jim Simons anything. You have 4 small guards in the game. 1 forward. If I had $5 to bet, I guarantee you they're going to run pressure.
Yeah. Here is the second free throw. It's also good, and now they'll sub Rowan Lambert into the game.
They feel comfortable enough with the way that they're playing from their big guys here.
The other piece of this is that with Lee Robinson in the shape that he's in, not nearly 100%, he can barely run. It's essentially taking him out of the equation here as they bring it in. Well, they're going to pass it to him because Lincoln Southeast lost him. And now pass deflected. Lee Robinson loses the basketball to Rowan Lambert. Lambert in transition. He kicks it out to Ngoye. Chewy for the lead. No good. And Barfield skies high for the defensive rebound as Odvedy has it. Now Barfield with it. West Side with the basketball. It's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Omaha Westside basketball. No, we're going to have, no clarification. Joey Warning was all the way at the scores table, and the far side official had to come in and tell him to get back.
Oh, okay, yeah, but he missed a pretty.
So here is Carson Healy. They inbound it to Lee Robinson. Robinson with the basketball working near the timeline. As Robinson now moves left side, he gets the basketball at the top of the key. Robinson trying to drive, putting all the pressure on that injury, as now Robinson misses the layup, and it's rebounded by Mari Shoemaker. Here comes Shoemaker in transition in the lane. He is fouled on the take by Carson Healy. Jim Simons is saying, where is that call on the other end? And Lincoln Southeast, Mari Shoemaker going right back to the line to shoot 2 more shots.
Yeah, you got Gedek on the bench watching. You got Monte Brown on the bench watching, and you got Lee Robinson out here essentially on no legs trying to play basketball. I mean, right? I understand it. I
As
see it,
Shoemaker
but I
misses
see
the
it.
first.
I guess I'd say I'd see it, but I don't understand it. Right? Is that a fair enough assessment?
Well, I get that you want to play your starting point guard. I understand that. It's the fact of
he's their best ball handler.
If you felt like you're in a spot and you're comfortable enough playing him in this shape when when you thought you had the game in hand in the third quarter, at no point in the third quarter did you even think about playing Lee Robinson. But then the moment that Lincoln Southeast ties it up, he's magically okay to play. It's shocking when you're talking about the health and the safety. I get being a competitor, as Omaha Westside calls a timeout, Jay. I get being a competitor, but it's hard for, I think, us to see Lee Robinson grimace every step he takes as he goes up and down the floor and feel like, does that really give Omaha Westside the best chance to win?
Yeah, I think
it's puzzling.
Yeah, I think right now, Coach Simons is trying to find anybody that can handle the pressure, and even like with multiple injuries that Lee Robinson has, he's able to handle the pressure, relentless pressure of Southeast. I think more importantly, he's got to either challenge his senior leaders or they have to be put in a position to step up. That's Avidi, that's Healy, all those guys. Gedek isn't a senior, but you got to really start getting these guys going. Where Healy, he's 1 of 5, and then you got Gedek, who had 8 points. He's pretty good. Avidi's had done a really good job. When you're out there with 4 guards that are small, and you have guys that are multiple guys that are 6'5", 6'6", you have to throw over the zone. This
is my thing also. I mean, Jay, look at this place. It's full of people, and it's quiet. It's dead silent compared to what the game that we just got done calling a little bit ago in Miller North and Pavilion La Vista South. Completely different styles of basketball. I get it, but it's completely working for Lincoln Southeast.
Right. Essentially, they're coming in here, and you can see,
nobody is on their feet. Nobody. And we're in the final 5 minutes of a 1-point ball game.
The semifinal Class A.
Of a semifinal Class A, as now Avidi is hit hard by Rowan Lambert and foul.
And this is where you got to start making free throws, and you got to start challenging guys. I mean, Southeast is going to foul, and be okay with it. They're going to be over aggressive and make sure to see how bad you want it. Right now, you got to go to the basketball. You got to secure it with 2 hands, and you got to be able to drive and make plays. You cannot play scared here.
So here's Snoddy on the left side to Lee Robinson. Robinson on the left, guarded by Rowan Lambert. That pass taken away by Amari Shoemaker. In the lane, in transition, layup out of control. Snoddy clears the defensive rebound after the miss, and Avidi passes up the floor to Barfield. Barfield in the lane. He's bumped by Chewy, and Barfield goes to the line to shoot 2.
That's the 4th one on Chewy, and I said that at the beginning or the end of the third quarter. This is where you got to challenge him, and you cannot run I call it run the hoop. That means circle around. You got to start going through people. Westside played through Southwest, which allowed them to blow the game open to almost 40 points. They are playing around Southeast and are not invested. And if you look at Avidi over here, scrapes on his nose, scrapes on his face. Southeast has made this a dog fight, and you got Barfield at the free throw line.
I think it's important to say you got to give Southeast credit because that was the only way that they're going to be in this game.
Right. It's a challenge that they welcomed the challenge. They did it. They executed it. They were cool, calm, and collective under pressure. And right now, everybody on the west side, when you look at their bench,
Barfield misses both free throws.
Travel.
On the near sideline, we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with Omaha Westside.
Yeah, right there. Now it's going to come down to free throws. Now you got blood on jerseys. You got jerseys untucked. People are starting to act like they're scared. 5 minutes left. You either start manning up or you can't play basketball.
Here on the near sideline, they inbound it to Snoddy. Snoddy with it on the logo. He's guarded by Mikey Ngoye. Ngoye guarding Snoddy. Now Avidi to Barfield. Barfield crossing over in the elbow, and that's going to be a foul with the bucket, Donnie Barfield.
Yeah, you had the size advantage there on Carter Chatelain. A little bit of a wheel action to get him going downhill. Handoff series to 6'5" against 5'10", 5'11". The worst part for Southeast is they are now in the penalty. That's the
fifth.
That's the fourth foul on Carter Chatlin. Here comes Chewy Gatwich, excuse me. Here comes Chewy Thiot with, I think, 4 fouls.
Yes, he has 4 as well.
So he has 4 fouls. It's a little bit late update. Now he's in the game. Now this type of basketball, if Westside is able to get a significant lead, which in this game is 5 or 6 points, really works against you, because then you're able to get it to your best free throw shooters and kind of spread it where the game is tight within 1 or 2 possessions.
The free throw, no good. It's a 1-point ball game.
Right.
Westside is now 8 for
exactly
15.
who they're fouling right now if they get under pressure is Barfield.
Westside is 8 for 15 from the free throw line. They lead by 1. 4:43 to play in the fourth quarter. 42-41 is your score. Mikey Ngoye with the basketball. Top of the key, Ngoye with it. Works it right side. Inside is Shoemaker. Shoemaker hesitating, looking for help. And Joey Warning wants to talk things over. 4:33 to play in the fourth quarter. We'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is 42-41 Omaha Westside with a 1-point lead. 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Lee Robinson on the bench. He's banged up pretty badly for Omaha Westside. Lincoln Southeast will have it baseline inbounds play underneath their own hoop. Trailing by 1. They've trailed by as many as 11 so far this afternoon. As this one's deflected out of bounds, we'll do it again from the same exact spot after it was touched last by Omaha Westside.
Yeah, a little bit of a weak side flash there. Almost came to fruition for the Southeast Knights. Now you got to get something in with about 10 seconds to shoot.
Pierre, 42-41, top of the key to Shoemaker. 10 on the possession. Shoemaker near corner. Rowan Lambert, jumper. And he is fouled on the jump shot by Geddick. And I think it's a mix, Jay, right? Like we talked about it. It's a blend of Southeast has been able to dictate the pace, but also Westside has allowed them to. Westside hasn't come out with any sort of mentality that looks like a team that's capable of going out and taking a game.
Yeah, they look like a bunch of front runners. The meaning is when it's going good and easy, you're invested. When it's hard, you're not interested. And so, Geddick is out. Robinson is in probably for the fight the ball pressure. A big call there on the jump shot. 6'6" against 5'10", 5'11". Good job by Rowan Lambert, or essentially ball fake and getting into his jump shot.
Yeah.
Now he's got to sink this free throw here.
The free throw is good by Lambert. We're tied. 42-42 is your score with less than 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. The winner of this game gets number 1 Papio South tomorrow. Lee Robinson gives it to Odvedy. Odvedy hands it off to Barfield. Barfield working on the defender. Now his pocket is picked, taken away, but losing the basketball is Mari Shoemaker, and Westside gets it right back. And we have a pause in the action. The shot clock did not restart, and so they're going to have to switch it up. The shot clock did not reset, so they'll have to do a sideline inbounds play, but they're going to ask if their possession even changed. I think they're having the conversation on whether or not Shoemaker even had full possession for the shot clock to reset. I would think he would have.
Yeah.
Which then you would probably take about 2 seconds off the 30-second shot or 35-second shot clock.
Right.
So then they're going to reset it fully. They're going to give Omaha Westside a fresh possession.
Yeah, Westside's got to get going here. I mean, 4 minutes left. I mean, it's plenty of time.
So they're still having conversations with the nope, they're going to take 2 seconds off, just like we kind of mentioned. All right, 2 seconds off the shot clock, put 33 seconds on it. And sideline inbound here for Omaha Westside. They'll throw it in the backcourt into Lee Robinson. Robinson with the basketball as he brings it up the floor. Robinson on the left side, crosses over, center of the lane, kicks it out. Snotty, 3-ball, good.
Yeah, big shot there by Snotty, the senior. Good job by Robinson, catching the Southeast defender in a negative closeout. Big time three. Now you got to play defense here. You can't relax. This game is not over. This is in muddy water. Southeast is just fine right here. And you got to play some defense. You got to get the ball out of Mikey and Goye and in this lineup, Rowan Lambert's hands, right? You got to play D. And if it's either going to Mikey Goye or Rowan Lambert against a hurt Lee Robinson here.
Here's Ngoye with 6 on the shot clock. Here is the floater on the way. No good. The tip try. It's going to be rebounded.
Oh.
Robinson has it as he's out and running, grimacing as he goes. The layup in the lane is good.
Yeah, missed the foul there. Right now, you got Southeast sped up a little bit. This is right where Westside needs to try to take advantage. Southeast is cool, calm, and collective here. Chewy Thiot coming back in.
Here is number 10. That's Javen Mitchell. He gets it to Mari Shoemaker. Down by 5 is Lincoln Southeast. 47-42 is your score here on the right side. And Shoemaker is going to they're going to draw the foul on Mari Shoemaker. Donnie Barfield stole it away from the Knights, and Shoemaker held his right arm.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get a dribble handoff at the free throw line, Nick, and Javen Mitchell didn't come up, right? But really, to be honest with you, if I'm Southeast, I'm fine with Barfield going to the free throw line. Because where is he at right here? Barfield, he's 0 for his last 3, right at the free throw line.
Yeah.
And so, you're just assuming that he's going to be 0 for another 2.
47.
How bad? I'll get my computer up.
47. Well, the Wi-Fi here at Pinnacle Bank Arena isn't the strongest.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of people in here. So
Barfield, the free throw is good.
Yeah. So
Barfield is now 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
Okay, well, that's fine for Jim Simons. That's good, right? And for Barfield, he knows he's an established player. He's a good young player, and so he's been able to make some free throws. And so Jim Simons knows his team better than 2 knuckleheads over here calling it. So right now,
Barfield misses it. Odvedy puts it back up and in. It's now an 8-point Westside lead.
Now listen, Odvedy got that. They ran a pin down around with Odvedy. Chewy couldn't go for it because of the 4 fouls.
That's right.
Now you got to speed up if you're Southeast. You can't sit here and bleed the clock. You got to start getting some shots up. So Rowan Lambert and Mikey Ngoye. Rowan Lambert for 3.
Lambert on the right side. He hesitates, kicks it out. Shoemaker with it. He's looking around, trying to get it to somebody. 10 on the possession, and he's going to be fouled on the reach by Carson Healy.
Carson Healy, thought he had pretty good defense, quick hands, a little bit too much body there. Now it's 35 seconds. No matter what, right now, Jim Simons has got to think, we got to defend. Don't let him off. And then more importantly right here, Nick, is you got to guard the guys that have been the most effective on the offensive end, period, point blank. You can't relax and say we got an 8-point lead, as we've seen where North Star fell asleep at the wheel and Southeast ended up winning.
Here's Ngoye, kicks it out to Lambert. Lambert now working in the left side of the lane, kicks it. Ngoye, 3-ball on the way. Good! Mikey Ngoye.
What did I just say? You can't give up a 3. A drive and kick into the.
We have a foul. A Shoemaker is going to foul Lee Robinson.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls. He fouled out last game and got bailed out by his partner in crime, Mikey Ngoye. So right now, as you see Joey Werning, he is trying to extend this game. So essentially, remember, Nick, when you did the second half and it would end up being 2 hours?
Yes.
That's perfect for them.
Yeah. 1 minute, 55 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lee Robinson hurt, battered, and bruised. He fires the free throw. It's no good.
Yeah, you're seeing it. Rowan Lambert talking to Mikey Ngoye said it's not over. And they're playing to the end.
Yeah. There's also, something to be said also as the shot clock and the game clock just turned off above the scoreboards.
Is it the Thunder? Is it? Do we have power?
We might have had we might have had lost power on our score bug above the rims. 1:55 to go. There we go. We got power. There it is. I don't know what's going on outside. Nobody knows in here.
There was a hard thunder, loud boom.
Is that right?
Yeah, there was in the middle of the first half here. 2 minutes left. Right now, you just got to think about finishing the game. Joey warning in them and saying, listen, we're going to get it late in the shot clock. They can kill, depending on what happens on this next shot, they can play the same way they want down here, which is essentially slow, methodical, make you make a mistake. And now Westside has 4 fouls. They'll be in the penalty for Southeast, and I feel like Southeast has shown that they're able to make free throws down the stretch.
Robinson's second free throw on the way. And it is no good. Offensive rebound, put back. It won't fall. Rebound into the hands of Ngoyi. Lee Robinson goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Southeast trails by 5 with 1:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Here on the right side, it's Ngoyi. Ngoyi with the basketball. He dribbles it to his left, down near the top of the key. 1:35 to play, fourth quarter. 50-45, your score. Westside out in front by 5 points.
Yep.
Ngoyi with the basketball, top of the key. He's going to be bumped and fouled by Lee Robinson, and that puts Mikey Ngoyi at the free throw line.
Yeah, Mikey Ngoyi can hit free throws as he's shown in the last game. He did a good job of drawing the foul. I think he's done that with the head bob or whatever. It worked out magnificently right there. Now here comes Geddick right here, who's been pretty good here, coming back in for Westside. And for Barfield, who played some big minutes there off the bench. And so Jim Simons has got to think about finishing. Probably getting free throw shooters in the game, guys with cool, calm, and collective. They get the ball into Lee Robinson's hands. Now, listen here. I'm going to keep saying this until Westside hears it. They have 4 guards in the game, Nick. 4. And 1 small forward to chew at the up. It will be pressure.
Bull, 1 of 2 at the line for Mikey Ngoyi. It's 50-46 with 1:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Here comes Westside across the timeline. Now to Healy. Healy back to Robinson. Robinson with the basketball on the top of the key. Shoemaker guarding him with 4 fouls.
You got to
Robinson.
him.
But with 4 fouls, Jay. You got Robinson with dribbling the basketball. 1:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Snoddy to Healy to Robinson. 7 on the possession. Working. Robinson hesitating, spinning, floater. And it's good.
Yeah, the young freshman made a big-time basket right there to give him a 6-point lead with 50 seconds left. The reason why I was saying you need to attack him, Mari Schumacher has 4 fouls. Chewy Theod has 4 fouls. I told you they were going pressure. Now you got Prospetti McKindy coming in for more offense.
Yeah.
Now, Jim Simons, you have to have a plan here. You got 2 timeouts, so does Southeast. You have the lead by 6 points. You need your best free throw shooters in there and the guys that are going to be more active and going and getting the ball. That's number 1. Number 2, more importantly, that actually jumps into number 1, Nick, so I misspoke. You cannot allow Mikey Ngoyi to go from the Big Ten logo to the Big Ten logo in less than 6 seconds and get an easy basket. I can almost guarantee Joy Warning is going to have a timeout. You got to get your best on-the-ball defender, right, who might be probably Snoddy, right? Yeah. That's probably the assessment. Turn him a couple times and maybe ghost trap so he has to pass to the worst shooter. But you got to get in a scramble defense because you got to make Southeast speed up here. If not, you're going to play right in their hands. We'll be here till 6:30 at night with this game if Joy Warning has his way. And then also, if you do not come prepared. The reason why this is a 6-point game is because you were sleepwalking at the wheel. Now you got to wake up and drive this thing into victory, or Southeast has shown you they can gut these games out. It's been a phenomenal game plan by them. It really hasn't been anything extraordinary.
No.
This is how they play, and they're making you play the way that they want to play.
52-46 is your score. 50 seconds to go as they'll roll the ball.
This is what I'm talking about right here. You got to get up and guard him.
They're going to let it go all the way to the timeline, and Ngoyi finally picks it up. Here we go. Less than 50 seconds on the game clock. Ngoyi pulls up for 3, unable to hit it. The rebound by Healy, and Healy will not be fouled by Chewy. He throws it up the floor. Snoddy to Barfield in the lane, and he's fouled by Ngoyi.
And that's fine right there because, what is Barfield? 1 for 5.
Yep.
So Joey Warning's thinking I need 2 possessions. Based on their lack of guarding the ball, if he misses the first one, I'm calling the timeout.
Yeah.
I'm calling the timeout. Because you're going to be down by 2 possessions anyway. And if he's if he makes the first one, you're down by 3, you got to go get a quick 2 anyways. Okay, so now you're down by 7. Okay. Yeah. That's 3 possessions. So no matter what, if you're down by 8, that's 3 possessions. You got to get a quick 2, because if you shoot a 3 right away and you don't make it, the game's over.
He misses the free throw, and Chewy gets the rebound, and now a foul is called on Tyson Odvity, which now is going to put Chewy at the line to shoot 2 points with the clock stop, Jay.
Right, you're playing right in their hands, and that's what I'm talking about when you come out of the timeout.
Yeah.
You don't need the foul. You have the lead. You want the clock to run. And so I think Odvity was going for the jump ball, but he kind of was over him. It's an easy call there. Now you got to think about boxing out right now. You got to say, okay, we got to now you bring it in Geddick, right? You're probably a little bit smarter player.
Yeah, as Chewy makes the first free throw and also the free throw ability.
Okay,
right?
now Prospetti goes out. Here comes Javen Mitchell. Now here comes crank up the pressure now. You got to go to the ball. You got to secure it with 2 hands, chin it, and get big. You cannot sit there and let Southeast continue to dictate the pace in the longest game in
here is
state
the
semifinals
second
history.
free throw is also good.
Dang.
34.5 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 5-point
and you
ball
can run
game.
and you can run the baseline. And this is not a game here, this is not the time of the game where you want to rest. You got to get open. You got to want this ball.
It's 53-48. Where they try to get it to Robinson, and now Westside's going to have to burn a timeout as they could not get it to Robinson. Geddick is telling him, I couldn't get it into him. And that internal clock was just clicking a little too quick.
That's fine. If you're Coach Simons, you're fine. I think they have 1 timeout left. Yeah,
They do.
Okay, 1 timeout. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it was 2 up there, so now they got 1.
Yeah, 1 timeout.
So now you got to, first of all, obviously 6'7". Geddick is 6'6". Lee Robinson is 6 foot. There should be no problem getting this ball in.
Yeah.
None. Number 1, you having your 6'7" guy away from the ball. If they want to put up, then you got to either start moving around, set some hard picks. Healy's got to go get the ball. Ovidy's not you got to go get the ball right now. I mean, listen, this is not rocket science here, and so you got to really.
So here comes Omaha Westside. They get it into Lee Robinson. Robinson will cross the timeline 2-on-1. He drops it down. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Omaha Westside basketball.
It's Southeast ball. It went off of Chewy.
It's Omaha Westside's basketball, Jay.
No, I went off the Chewy.
Oh,
so,
yeah. You just said Southeast basketball.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Omaha Westside
I was trying to see the replay here. It looked like Lee Robinson was going to try to hit a bounce pass to Avidi. So now you got it down here. Now you got 30 seconds, 1 timeout left, right?
Omaha Westside, the baseline inbound underneath their own hoop. They get it into Geddick. Geddick is going to be bumped, and they'll call a foul on Mari Shoemaker, and that is number 5 on him.
Yeah, that was probably not ideally what you want to do, right?
And so now Mikey and Goye Chewy will check in. Geddick, hold on, Jay. Geddick is at the free throw line with 2 to shoot.
Right, and I was going to say, that's not the guy you want to foul within 2 seconds right there. You know that Westside cannot help themselves by not helping you. You want to get it probably in that case, in this scenario, you want to get it back to Lee Robinson, which is the inbounder. So you want to double Geddick.
Yes.
To make it go back to him.
First free throw by Geddick is no good.
I end up being a dummy. That's what I'm sitting over here.
53-48 is your score. 27.6 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 1 more free throw coming up for Omaha Westside. Number 3, Emery Geddick. Geddick, the 6'6" junior. Today, 8 points, 2 of 4 from the line, make it 3 of 5 as he makes the second one. It's now a 6-point ball game. 54-48, Lincoln Southeast extending this game just the way they want to, as Chewy will roll it in.
There's no fouls if you're Westside. You charge and make them play defense or make them play offense.
Rowan Lambert with the basketball at the top of the key. He hesitates in the lane, off the glass. It's in for Rowan Lambert, and we have a Lincoln Southeast timeout with 20.3 to go in the ball game. We'll step aside, come back 30 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alrighty, so 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It is 54-50. Omaha Westside leads by 4. It'll be Westside basketball and Lincoln Southeast continuing to extend this game.
They're going to make you earn it, and that's what you got to give Joey Warning and all the players. In this day and age, right now, this is an old school type of basketball, but they got talent, but they know that they're doing a masterful job of coaching this right here. Look at this right now, a little bit of a 1-2-2, right? Try to confuse them here. There was a man trap here.
Here they'll inbound it to Lee Robinson. They get it to Snoddy. Snoddy up the floor. Odvedy. Odvedy has to save it from going out of bounds into Snoddy, and they will foul Snoddy. So Snoddy will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Carter Chatlin just fouled out of this game.
Yeah, now you bring Mikey and Goye and Chewy Thiot back. Yeah, so, right now it doesn't matter. Good job by Carter Chatlin. He's done a really good job this year. He had a couple free throws, but he's played magnificently in the few games that we've called, Nick. He's really upped this game and really got a lot of good experience, and so right now it comes down to free throw shooting and finish the game. I mean, right now the game started at what, 3:15?
It started a little bit later, yes.
It started at 3:15.
No, it started a little bit behind schedule.
Okay, so if it started at 3:30, this game is an hour and a half long. That means we're an hour longer than it's supposed to. This is right.
Games are supposed to go a half an hour, Jay.
32 minutes.
Not even a chance.
This is exactly what Joey Warning wants, though.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you can't blame him.
Yeah.
Lincoln Southeast trails by 6. Here is Ngoye in the lane. You feel like you probably needed a 3 there with 7 seconds now to go. You're still down by 2 possessions. You shot the basketball to keep it a 2-possession game. You need to basically stretch 4 possessions total in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a tough challenge ahead for Lincoln Southeast. You feel like maybe a 3 would have been the one.
Their best bet is try to get they got to go for a steal now because the jump ball goes back to Westside. So, right now it's not. I'm gonna tell you what, the North Star game felt like it was over. It should have been over, but it's not. Southeast is not going to give up. They should be extremely proud of the effort they brought upon tonight, and I guarantee you they'll find a way to try to get it going. They've done a really good job of maximizing their opportunities. I felt like their style matched up perfectly in the district final.
Yeah.
You see the toughness that they have here. Now, granted, the way that they play with the foul and over-aggressiveness, it's almost, you know what it's like, Nick, the football terms. You always hear about the Kansas City Chiefs and how they hold. Andy Reid says, I'm going to make you call them every single play. So Joey Warner said, I'm going to make you call a foul with our aggressiveness every single play.
Yeah.
They're okay with Mari fouling out. They're okay with, at this point, Chewy right now at 4 fouls. Because at the end of the quarter or fourth quarter, they'll sub offense, defense, so forth.
Yeah.
And so it really won't affect them. You need to throw
Here
it deep.
is Westside. They'll throw it in as Lee Robinson falls down. It's going to go out of bounds. The clock did not run. And also, since they didn't touch it, it's going to be inbounded underneath Lincoln Southeast's own hoop.
Hey, man. At some point in time, I'm not saying anything. I'm just not going to say anything.
Jay, people think you and I are mad at each other.
Why? Right now?
I don't know.
What do you mean, right now?
So I just got a text saying from Pete Ferguson saying we need to make up. I was like, we're fine.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
We got no beef.
No.
We're chilling.
We got a beef with the way this game is being coached. At some point in time, getting too cute, it's in this circumstances, I'm going to tell you right, it's uncalled for.
It's Lincoln Southeast. They'll have the basketball sideline inbound as they'll inbound it. Southeast, the Knights with the basketball. They get it in. Rowan Lambert, 5 on the game clock. They put up a shot. It's no good. And here's the horn in 1 second. The officials just said, hey, look, we could call a foul right now. We're going to get this out of here. There's the horn. The final score is Omaha Westside 56, Lincoln Southeast 52 in one of the most anticlimactic 4-point differential finishes that I've ever seen, Jay Foreman. The Southeast Knights put up a floater. Westside rebounded it. Southeast, I think, tried to foul,
He
and
tried.
with about 3 seconds left in the game, the officials just watched him
Yo.
basically bear hug Westside.
The Southeast offensive player had Gedek by the neck.
And they just let the clock
just
run
let
out.
it go, just in the full-fledged, full Nelson headlock like he was UFC.
Oh, my goodness. Your final score, Westside 56, Lincoln Southeast 52. We're going to take a break. We're going to send it back to the 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Class A title game. It's set up. Westside and Papio South tomorrow at 1 p.m. For Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert, we'll talk to you shortly before 6 p.m. as we get ready for Class B action.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills